The only big three are in this motherfucking studio. Well, what's in your cup? Say it now if you didn't know. Metro don't trust you, we gon' shoot you in the face. Shout out Drizzy Drake before he goes and catch a case.
Yeah.
Hey! This is What's in Your Cup. I'm Michael.
I'm John.
And I'm Mark.
And we're back again.
Woo! The trio is back. Welcome.
So, that was fun.
That took a lot of takes, but you know what? We got it done, boys.
Got it done.
I liked it. It was great.
So, if you have lived under a rock for the past week, or 2 weeks, or you know what? Let's even say 10 years. Welcome. We will educate you. And this is now the story of the beef of the rap civil war. Is that right, Mike?
That's right. We're now a hip-hop podcast.
Yeah. No. So before we do that, I just want to say welcome back. It's been how many episodes?
It's been...
I don't even know. When was the last episode you were on, Mike?
It's been a while.
It's been like 4 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah. But, wow. So you have resurrected from your booze.
Yes. I heard there was free liquor and I came running back.
And welcome back. So how was it while you were away?
It's been good. It's been eventful. Getting a lot of stuff done, a lot of good career moves. I became a full-time rapper. I am now a SoundCloud rapper. Nice. This was my debut.
He's got the teardrop.
Yes.
He's already called one body.
I have like a 69 tattoo ready to go. My appointment is next week.
Nice.
Right on the forehead?
Right in the forehead.
No lidocaine or with lidocaine?
With lidocaine, of course.
Bitched out.
So true.
So, are you ready now to, as rapper Mike, are you ready to jump into this feud?
I am ready. I made my piece. I said my part. That was my opening shot. Look, Kendrick, Drake, you have 1 week to respond. Otherwise, I claim victory and I get half your estate. Those are my terms.
You know what? I agree to those terms.
And you get a free beat from... Wait, how do you get that free beat from Metro Boomin?
Well, you should probably put a little bit of context in there. So... Drake, in his diss to Many People on Push-Ups, which came out about a month ago, he just dropped a beat and said, Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. So what Metro did is he shut his hoe ass up and he made some drums and he dropped a free SoundCloud beat called BBL Drizzy. And he said, the best Drake diss gets a free beat from me. So now he has like thousands of people, like every SoundCloud rapper with 15 followers, myself included, is dropping a verse in order to get that free Metro beat. So he has 15-year-olds in Japan. He has people all over the world just rapping over this beat.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's I feel like this is literally the whole rap industry against Drake. And Tom McDonald.
Yes. He had a real one in his corner with Tom McDonald. I'm sure the whole hip-hop game is clamoring for that endorsement. He was very lucky to covet it.
Oh, my gosh. So, Mike, out of us three, you're definitely the most literate in terms of, like, the rap genre. So...
The most musically oriented.
Yeah, also, yes, the most musically oriented as
Flattered.
well. What is this beef? What is the culmination of this beef? And why now?
So we have to go back to 2012 to talk about where this beef first started. How there was the Control verse that happened where he shouted out many rappers saying that he was better than them. And on those listed were Drake. And Drake did not take too kindly to it. And that started a feud which has been going back and forth for years now, which each of them giving like subtle bars where they don't mention the name, they don't say it's about them, but they do insults that many fans have speculated were about them. This was dormant for like a while now, but the real like current beef started in 2023 when Drake released For All the Dogs, and on it there was a song called First Person Shooter with J. Cole. And J. Cole on that song talked about how the big three in hip-hop was him, Drake, and Kendrick. And that was meant to be a good faith, hey, we're all the best, we're the big three. It was meant to be a friendly remark. Kendrick was offended to be compared to the other two. And he released a verse on a future song about 4 months later saying, fuck the big three, it's just Big Me. And that kickstarted the entire feud.
So Kendrick started this. It's safe to say Kendrick started...
Yes.
Beef.
Kendrick is the one who like benefits from this beef. He's the one who wants the fans. He's the one who has the most like issues with Drake.
So it's been building for a decade, but it started like Kendrick officially is the one that started.
Yes.
He fired
He
the
fired the first
opening
shot.
shots.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Drake responded to that song with a song called Push Ups, where he took light shots at Kendrick. He made fun of Kendrick's height, made fun of Kendrick's shoe size, made fun of Kendrick for essentially being owned by his label and getting a bad deal, being forced to do pop features he doesn't want. So that was a response that that Drake made.
Damn.
So, all right. So we have J. Cole, who, for those who may not know, J. Cole is like a huge rapper. All right, this may be a hot take. This is just me. I really wouldn't look. I love J. Cole, but I really wouldn't put him in like the same caliber as like Kendrick and Drake. I know that's a very that could get some hate coming our way, but I would really like. I don't know. Like I really wouldn't be like, who's your like top 5, top 10 rappers? And J. Cole is there, but is he in people's top 3?
Who's your top 3?
Who's my top 3? Are we doing modern rappers?
I guess the top 3, like, this is meant to be, in my opinion, Drake, Kendrick, Cole are like the 3 big mainstream rappers from the 2010s.
Okay, if we're doing 2010s, and Nicki's not going to be there?
You can make a case. I would argue Nicki
I would
has
say
yet to
Nicki
release.
is way bigger.
We never said that she couldn't be there.
No, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, but I feel like she's way bigger than J. Cole, though.
I mean, we're not talking size. Like, in terms of size, it's just Drake, although Kendrick's getting there. But in terms of, like, Nicki has, like, yet to release a really good album, in my opinion.
Hot Pink 2? Or
Pink
Pink Friday 2? My
Pink-
bad.
I don't know. Like, Nicki has always been someone who's very talented, a lot of potential, but has never really reached that
Are
potential.
we just going
that
to
she
ignore
could've.
Little Uzi Vert? Like, this is a good... Oh, wait, all right, let's not bring the beef to this table.
I'm ready for all the beef.
So,
We're
wait.
talking about a beef. Let's not start one.
Yeah.
Between us three.
So, okay.
But like, I want to talk about for a second for what you said about J. Cole. But I feel like his fans are very much like on that same level where he's treated like they're very much like supportive of him.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give you that. Like when you listen to a J. Cole fan, they're like, all right, this man is God. Like, I know that there was a former coworker of mine who literally said that, and I can never look at J. Cole the same, is that J. Cole raps like his favorite color is gray. This is like, that's literally his rap style.
I remember you telling us that.
It wasn't a diss, I guess it's just an observation. And I'm like, you know what? It's right. Like, yeah, he has emotion, but it's like, yeah, like his favorite color is gray. But okay, so going back to it, so we have J. Cole, and in my Twitter algorithm, I'm seeing Kanye, ASAP. I'm seeing all of the Future, Metro Boomin, like all these rappers are hopping on the I Hate Drake train. And to your knowledge, do you know like why ASAP Rocky is coming in? Because like also didn't Drake bring a lot of these guys out of like the woodworks and gave them their fame, to be honest?
Yeah, Drake has done a lot for these people, but I think if everybody in the world is coming at you, you have had to fuck up somewhere. Like, I couldn't tell you what happened. Everyone's being vague with their insults. Everyone is saying all these things about him, but we're happy to work with him when it was convenient for their career. But I don't know. I think for everyone to turn on you at once, something has to be there. So like if one person is mad at you, okay, maybe they're just a jerk. But if everybody is mad at you, something happened. I couldn't tell you what.
Do you remember when wasn't there something between Drake and The Weeknd for like a hot minute? How like because he wouldn't perform with The Weeknd would not perform with Drake.
And then also I think The Weeknd didn't sign with Drake, like Drake's producing company, The Weeknd, because Drake discovered The Weeknd.
OVO.
But yeah, OVO. But The Weeknd didn't sign with OVO. I think he signed with Columbia Records or something, and that really pissed off Drake. And then, you know, Drake being Drake is like, oh, I wish The Weeknd the best. But, you know, like, he didn't sign with OVO, so he's shit. But, like...
I remember seeing a YouTube video where, like, they were both... I don't know if they were both scheduled together or, like, they crashed a concert of The Weeknd's. But he came out and, like, directly asked, like, why didn't you sign with me when I brought you up here? Like, directly. And then, like, I don't know how he responded because it was just, like, a very short clip. But do you guys remember that?
I don't know, but I agree with you, though. Maybe this is me just being toxic, but it's like, if I bring you out and put the spotlight on you, you know, in a way, you kind of owe me. Like, I'm not saying like give your life to me, but it's definitely where Drake didn't bring all these guys out for free. You know, obviously he's like, look, I see talent, I'm gonna get a cut, because we all know where the money is. It's in producing, right?
Yeah.
And to put all this time and effort just for the person to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Columbia Records, or I'm gonna go somewhere else, basically coattailing your fame, because I'm not on Drake's side, I'm not on anybody's side, but it was definitely like a mutual exchange where I'm gonna use you to get my name out there, and you're gonna use me to basically take half my earnings in my early career, right?
Not signing with Drake was like a pretty big hit for Drake because The Weeknd went on to be like this massive superstar with like some of the biggest songs of all time.
Yeah.
And I bet, Drake's label OVO is probably pretty upset they're not getting their percents. But I don't know, a big part of Kendrick's beef with Drake is that those contracts that Drake is under, Kendrick alleges that it's pretty bad for Drake, that he's giving money to a person who gives money to a person who gives money to a person, that it's a massive like pyramid where Drake is probably not reaching his full potential. And a lot of people have alleged that like Drake is stuck in like a bad contract, and other artists not being eager to sign on with him might stem from that. Is my take.
There's also you ever heard of, you and I talked about this before, but like, do you know the Drake care package? You ever heard that phrase?
Yeah.
We talked about this a while back, but I remember watching a video, someone was talking about it, and they labeled it as the care package because then you see how like all these like artists, like upcoming artists that happen to have like a feature from Drake on their song, like Lil Durk is an example of like receiving the care package, because they're up and coming, but their most famous song is the song that has Drake on it. So it became, and there's so many like up and coming ones where it happened like that. So there's like a theory behind it where like, yes, Drake is on your song and it helped make you more popular, but because those are Drake fans. So even though like, yeah, him being on your song made you more popular, it's kind of like the only reason you're up here is because of him. So your fans will be drawn towards you, back towards him.
Yeah, because because the fans who were listening to Lil Durk's song were Drake's fans, and they're not crossing over to Lil Durk or staying there. They're like, nope, all right, we're here for Drake, and then we're coming right back out.
Yeah, but that sponsorship like is a two-way streak that Kendrick saw that coming, where Drake called himself the hitmaker, that he's the reason all these people dissing him have careers at all. And Kendrick flipped it on him in his most recent song, where he talks about how Drake is a colonizer of hip-hop, how Drake finds these artists to have like real street cred that Drake, being a suburban child star from Toronto, does not have. That he goes into these communities, he pulls people out, and then he uses their lingo and their cred while just giving them their fame in return, how it's a mutually beneficial relationship. But to say that Drake doesn't benefit at all from like being with people who are similar to his audience, that's a big benefit because he's trying to get into that culture. So I would say that it is a mutually beneficial thing for Drake and these rappers he signs or works with.
That's really interesting. So now we settled that, okay, why these rappers have beef. ASAP Rocky, I think it's over a girl. I think it's over Rihanna, actually.
It's Rihanna, yeah.
It's Rihanna.
Drake said to be other things, but no, it's because of Rihanna.
It's because of Rihanna, yeah.
Doesn't matter what he says.
And then Kanye has always had beef with Drake because, again, Kanye is just huge ego.
Yeah.
Metro Boomin, Future have beef with Drake.
Girl.
Oh, girl. Oh, I see the common denominator now.
Okay.
And Kendrick is more of just like, because Kendrick fired the open shot.
Yeah.
Ego. So these five, let's call them, I guess, the Avengers of anti-Drake.
Yes.
Have teamed up, and they made a very serious allegation,
Yes.
of Drake being a pedophile.
Yes.
Right? Now, what has Drake officially responded
Yes.
to these allegations?
I'm going to back up a tiny bit here just to talk about what led to it. That Kendrick released a song titled Euphoria and 616 in LA. both of these tracks implied that Kendrick had more knowledge, and that if Drake decided to make it personal, he had a bomb to drop. That both of those songs went very hard at Drake, but most of it was just about how, Drake is a culture vulture. Drake is insecure about his blackness, stuff like that. Or Drake has ghostwriters. Like, this, he implied this much more serious thing.
Yeah, but some of those allegations were also brought up during the Pusha T beef already. Like the ghostwriting.
Oh, yeah, those,
and
yes.
The ghostwriting,
Hey,
the
you got a son?
insecureness, having a son. He was the one that dropped that that blackface picture, right?
Yes.
With when he was still he was still acting at that time, right? Or what was it? What was that for? I don't even remember.
This was from 2007. Drake was like 19 or even younger when that dropped, and essentially was meant to be like some college student who I hope failed art piece about how. Actually, this was so long ago I couldn't tell you exactly, but it was meant to be like something artistic. It's meant to be something that's
like the irony,
anti-racism.
Was it just like
that?
It was like a project or just like an ad?
I am not sure. I have to look into that.
I can't remember. This was such a long time ago.
Anyway, about the red button. So Kendrick kept implying he had this big knowledge, but if Drake makes it personal, then he's going to drop this. So then Drake, last Friday, dropped a song called Family Matters. This was a very serious song where he goes all out on Kendrick. He dropped everything. He implied he was a domestic abuser. He
launched a nukes.
He implied that he hasn't seen his family in 6 months, that he's sleeping around New York while his wife is raising his kids in Compton. He dropped a lot of very heavy accusations against Kendrick. And that song was on the air for 20 minutes, but nobody is talking about it because Kendrick dropped 2 nukes right after that 20 minutes later. So when people woke up on Saturday, nobody was talking
the Twitter.
Nobody was talking about the allegations that Drake made. Everybody was talking about Drake allegedly having a secret child, Drake allegedly being a pedophile, Drake allegedly trafficking people in his Toronto mansion.
Wait, trafficking? I didn't hear about that. Human trafficking?
It was an implication, yes. He talked about how there's a big system that Drake runs. It was very vague. It was very wrapped in a metaphor. That it's something, I don't think it was literal trafficking, but he was implying a lot of creepy stuff. He was likening him to Epstein, that kind of thing.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And so nobody was talking about Drake's nuke. Like, both sides are launching like these wild accusations with very little evidence. There's more evidence on that Drake did something wrong than Kendrick, because there are some like creepy stuff that Drake has done. None of it is like worthy of more than like an eye raise, in my opinion. Like, I genuinely do not believe that Drake is someone who's like committed heinous crimes. I think Drake has had some unfortunate moments, if I had to guess. Not to defend him. Like, if it comes out later that he did something horribly, I would not be remotely shocked. It's very possible, but so far it's all smoke, no fire, from what I could tell.
That's a pretty good analysis. All smoke, no fire.
Now, but who's feeding him this information?
Oh, that is another rumor about
like
who's
I
feeding
heard,
who
like
what.
I saw what was it? It was either on X or on like YouTube Shorts, because like I'm scrolling on it every day. It was either aren't people saying like J. Cole is like secretly like the rat?
I have not heard
He's
that.
the power bro. Oh, that would make sense why J. Cole. Oh, all right. We have to step back just a little bit more. Bear with us. J. Cole. We have to come back to him. He releases his song with Drake, right?
Yes.
Gets a lot of pushback from Kendrick. J. Cole
Drops a song.
But why is he not really involved in this beef? What happened?
My speculation is that he dropped this song called 7 Minute Drill, where he also attacked Kendrick. He made short jokes. He says that Kendrick's last album wasn't that good. It wasn't anything heavy. It was all like very mild jabs. But he ultimately dropped it 2 days later, that he took it off streaming platforms. The album was called Might Delete Later, and true to form, he deleted. And he did a live show where he apologized to Kendrick for dropping that diss, saying that it was one of the lowest things he ever did. He's sorry. And everyone thought that was ludicrous at the time, because how are you call yourself the top 3 and then you back out of a beef after the mildest pushback? But then, after seeing today, I think J. Cole, smartest man in music.
But also,
he made the right call.
But also, isn't that J. Cole's whole brand is like positivity, not negativity, all this stuff.
He always talks about smoking rappers. I don't know. Look, it's easy to talk about peace when like you're going against what Drake's going against right now. Like, I'd be very peaceful if that happened, if someone pulled that out. I don't want to find out about J. Cole's secret child.
So are we gonna say that middle child is all bluff?
I love
like
Middle
when he's
Child.
like, when I smoke a rapper, it's gonna be legit.
It was not legit.
Yeah. he's all bark no bite. Yeah.
These dogs got neutered.
Dang.
Damn.
These.
So do you think that he could be the snitch or like the rat?
I don't expect it.
Who do you think could be feeding him? It was also him, and then who is it? E40.
It's probably a small guy we never heard of, honestly. If I had to guess.
Someone at OVO.
Yeah.
Is
Someone
like
not getting
feeding it.
Somebody not getting paid enough.
Dang.
Probably.
I was about to be like DJ Academics.
Because I remember
that man knows everything. That man knows everything.
He does know everything.
I remember during like his beef with Pusha T. I remember there were a couple of videos like they were doing interviews, right? Oh my god, why am I forgetting? Someone that was in the same label was like feeding Pusha T indirectly. Like just like in like word of mouth conversation, like things happen to come up, and that's how he got the info.
I fully believe that was
I
believe that was Kanye. That was someone big.
It was either
how would Kanye know?
Oh, because Drake interview 2 years later said that, I told Kanye I had this kid back when we were close. And then Kanye denies saying, but Pusha T is on Kanye's label. That would make plenty of sense. I couldn't tell you. Like Pusha T says, "Nah, I heard her from some girl Drake slept with." I mean, who's to say what happened? I wasn't there.
But everything's so word of mouth, so we don't have.
Yeah.
But isn't it true? Like he has a son.
It's
like,
true.
It's like undeniable?
Yeah, he's brought him like on stage with him and everything. Yeah.
He was on his last album.
He was forced to be a father because the world was like, "Go be a dad." Oh wow. Okay, so now we have the lines in the sand. These songs have been released. These allegations have been made. We don't know who's feeding the information, but whoever's feeding the information to Kendrick and by and large to Drake is obviously have a vested interest of them destroying each other. And like, if both of their careers, which they're not going to be, but if they were to go up in flames, who stands to benefit? Like, that's the thing. Like, look, when Tupac and Biggie, right, when they were out, who won? I'm not making allegations, and I'm not suicidal. Jay-Z all of a sudden got blown up. P. Diddy all of a sudden blew up. Like all the junior rappers that were, getting no spotlight because Biggie and Pac were the two biggest guys on the block, right? Subtle bar. Like who stands to benefit? Because it's really interesting how none of the old heads are getting involved. Like really, like nobody from Young Money is batting for Drake.
Like,
which is crazy to think. Nobody from Young Money is batting for Drake.
Nicki Minaj brought him on stage a couple days ago, but that was really the extent of it.
Yeah.
And actually, the old head thing is interesting because Drake released a song before Euphoria came out. Drake released a song called Tailor Made Freestyle. This was before Kendrick dropped, where he was making fun of Kendrick for not releasing because he was afraid to, like, get crushed by the Taylor Swift news. So he actually sampled Tupac. And he sampled Snoop Dogg. He literally invoked Snoop Dogg's voice to shit talk Kendrick and call him pussy. And all Snoop Dogg did was release a video like raising his eyebrow on Instagram, got 500,000 likes, and then that was his entire contribution to the conversation. So like Drake was daring the old heads to come after him, and I guess Tupac's estate did wind up suing him and made him take down the song.
Tupac has an estate?
Yeah, he has an estate.
What?
Yeah,
But
Tupac's, all like big celebrities, when they die, they have like people who represent them, quote unquote.
Interesting.
Or like their families.
Their families, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like Wheezy, nowhere to be found. Eminem, nowhere to be found. 50 Cent, nowhere to be found.
Speaking of
Lloyd
Wheezy,
Banks, nowhere to be found. Like,
Wheezy is actually a very interesting case because Kendrick Lamar directly invoked Wheezy in his last song, Not Like Us, where he accused Drake of getting a tattoo of Lil Wayne to apologize for having sex with Lil Wayne's girlfriend while Lil Wayne was in jail. It's been like 4 days since that song came out. Wayne has said nothing. Silence. You'd think he'd want to refute that if it was false because, Drake is his guy. Him not refuting that is like kind of a big deal in my opinion.
oh shit.
It's really just Drake and Tom McDonald's.
Like,
So the world.
let's tell our audience who exactly is Tom McDonald. Like, in your best example, who is Tom McDonald? Like, we know who Tom McDonald is, but let's say our audience doesn't know.
He's a conservative rapper who every single fan is someone who says, I hate hip hop, but that's his entire audience.
So
Getting Tom McDonald on your side is not how you win a rap beef.
I know everybody on Twitter was like, all right, yeah, the beef is officially over. Tom McDonald said, yeah, I'm coming in,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So who, in your opinion, or your opinion, who stands to benefit the most from this?
Kendrick, easily.
You think Kendrick does?
Definitely. Like, the allegations for Kendrick are just not sticking in the same way they are for Drake. And Kendrick is the second biggest rapper right now. He's on track to have the biggest song of the year with Not Like Us. And that's like, a lot of people are speculating that this beef was fabricated. I'm saying no, absolutely not. Like, there has never been a less fabricated beef in history. That
Interesting.
The biggest song of the year is on track to be a dance anthem where Kendrick Lamar repeatedly calls him a pedophile. That's like the kind of, like, Drake's label is calling Kendrick's label to make Kendrick apologize. He's not budging. So that's like the kind of thing that is going to cost him sponsorships, cost him deals. Like, Nike is kind of getting worried right now since Drake is one of their big spokespeople. So this beef is like, Kendrick is the one who benefits the most because Kendrick is the second biggest rapper right now. And if Drake falls out of style, suddenly his fans, there might be no opening for them to go to Kendrick.
Well, here's my thing about it. All Drake has to do is pull some receipts. Like that's what I'm saying. Is like, if Drake goes, all right, Kendrick is a wife beater, Kendrick is this, Kendrick is that, and this is not real. Let's say we're gonna give Drake the benefit of the doubt, saying everything that Kendrick is saying in his music is a lie. And Drake pulls out receipts and goes, here's the photos, here's this, here's that. Like, he's a wife beater. Doesn't this wipe his slate clean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, just pull out the receipts. Like, why are all these subliminals? Why all these things?
There are no receipts. Actually, Drake, we didn't touch on this yet, but Drake made the allegation that Kendrick's child is not Kendrick's child, that Kendrick's wife, or girlfriend, not wife, he made a point as his girlfriend, had a kid with someone named Dave East. And
who's Dave East? Do you know who Dave East is?
I have no idea who Dave East is.
Anyway, he accused Kendrick of having being a cuck, basically. And the whole evidence of this, like, he made his next single thing was a big bombshell, is this person liked the baby picture. That was the entire substance behind it. That was his atom bomb. Someone liked a Instagram post.
And that person's name happened to be Dave East.
Well, it was him, but the point is, this celebrity liking your wife's baby picture is not proof that that's his child. That was his receipts. And once that came, I was like, okay, this man has nothing. And, well, there isn't much Kendrick has, but at least Kendrick has videos, like, of Drake being creepy towards underage people. Like, I don't know if Drake has skeletons. It's not for me to say. But there is at least something there. People have been whispering about it for years now. And more importantly, people like Kendrick. People do not want the Kendrick thing to be true. A lot of people in the community do not like Drake. They wanted it to be true. And that's what matters in the end.
Here's my thing about it. I know you can't use music as an indication of, like, crimes and stuff like that. As we saw, who's the rapper that made Murder on My Mind?
Melly.
Melly? Yeah, like, as we saw with Melly. But in Mad City, Kendrick literally is like, I stage robberies, I put people at gunpoint, all this crazy ass stuff.
Best rap album of the 2010s, by the way.
I know. But this beef, though, is coming from the 2010s, so it's still all valid.
It is, yeah.
It's still all valid.
I'm not denying. I'm just saying I like the album.
Drake, like, can't just, I guess, he's got the money to hire a PI and just private investigate the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You know, Kendrick can say, find me dirt. Like,
yeah, Kendrick accused Drake of, like, hiring people to snoop around, and his response was, well, you know, I'm a family man. I have a boring life.
Oh, man. So, you think... Well, before we get to the drinks, one last question for this portion of this segment is, so you think Kendrick has what stands to benefit the most?
Absolutely. Like, Kendrick is on track to have one of the biggest songs of the year, if not the biggest. Because in terms of streaming data, like, this is getting unbelievable sales and streams. It's already on the radio. Like, I think in a lot of sports games, like, people are blasting a song that calls Drake a pedophile in the first 30 seconds, like, as athletes are walking up to, like, the batting ring. So, like, this is a big, big deal. Like, he's getting a lot of buzz from this. this is just Kendrick steamrolling the biggest artist alive.
Yeah, if he's the one shooting the first shot, then yeah, he's got all the benefit until Drake can prove it otherwise.
Hasn't happened yet.
Not yet.
And this
but
is oh sorry.
I was gonna say like there's still like time here. Like it's not over yet.
And this is all stemming from Kendrick wanting to be the biggest. And
Yes.
and Kendrick is jelly that Drake is is the biggest pop star.
He's
right
the,
now.
he's the second biggest pop star behind Taylor Swift, but he's the biggest rapper in like a very
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
Probably
Like,
since like early Eminem.
yeah, like Drake, ever since we started from the bottom, like that was the song I remembered. Is like started from the bottom, now we're here.
Banger.
Hey, like that was when he skyrocketed. Then Young Money, all that, like really just propelled him. But that's interesting. I was gonna say J. Cole stands to benefit the most because this man exited stage left really early.
Yeah.
He's gonna let these two juggernauts slug each other out, and then he comes in and goes, "All right, I'm the actual rapper that isn't a wife beater, isn't a freaking pedophile, isn't this, isn't that.
Here's my new work.
Here's my new
listen
work.
to this.
Let's
Like,
think of positivity. Bang. That's what I'm thinking.
I'd say J. Cole benefited from leaving because if he stayed in here and he got like a quarter of what Drake is getting, J. Cole would have been so screwed. Like Kendrick would have found out, oh, you have 2 children just hiding somewhere. Like Kendrick would have found something, and J. Cole was very happy that didn't happen. But yeah, he does benefit from sticking out. I agree.
Alrighty. Shall we
All right.
introduce the drinks?
yes, let's do the drinks. I made them this time. What do you guys think? Give a quick description.
Looks like iced tea.
Does look like tea. It looks pretty strong from what I could tell. Like I'm just looking at it. It looks very like. Is there a brown liquor in this? I think there is.
Well, I can't tell you
You
just
can't
yet.
tell me, but that's my speculation.
Is there vodka in this?
I'm not going to tell you until you try it.
Is it a Snoop Dogg themed drink?
Maybe.
Maybe.
This is strong.
I can tell looking at it.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
mix it.
Well, it might be sitting for a while. It hasn't been stirred, so
Oh.
try to like shake it around.
No,
a
I'm
little
just going to
bit.
use my finger, guys. Sorry.
I saw nothing.
Yeah.
Oh god, the microphone's gonna pick that up.
There you go, guys.
Don't get it all over my table.
For the... Oh, it's going on the table?
Yeah.
For the ASMR lovers.
Yes.
And on your phone.
Tastes pretty good, by the way. It's a good drink.
Thank you.
Oh, this is strong. It's a good drink.
Really? I didn't think
Yeah.
It's pretty strong.
So, John, you driving us home? We can let us crash
Yeah,
here.
I might have to. This is good. I like this.
All right.
We'll give it more of a description. Like, what do you think?
It's mildly sweet while being strong. Like, it's not
Yeah.
overwhelmingly sweet. It's like,
Yeah.
if I had to guess, like, here's what I'm putting in early. There's a juice in there somewhere.
A juice.
Yes. And there is a strong liquor. One could call it gin-like.
Oh, you think this is gin?
I think it's...
I actually never had gin, so
Really?
never had
I
gin.
rarely have it.
Heard it's an old person drink.
It is.
It is, but that's not the point.
I do like Negroni, so I can't really complain.
John has told me that this drink is themed for today's episode, and my guess is this is gin and juice. That is the big hip hop drink. Snoop Dogg is no shy to beef, like he's not shy of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Your mind's on the right track, but
Gin and juice. I was gonna be like, oh, is this a hip hop drink? We're having lean. Like that's a.
I know a guy.
no, if it was lean, I would have put like some candy in there.
Speaking of lean, where's A Boogie? Where's A Boogie?
I don't know where he is.
Where's Cardi? Like where is Megan? Like where are all these other rappers? Like
Megan already had her beef back in January.
yeah,
she
with
actually
Nicki.
took many shots at Drake. Like, there's actually a very funny rumor going around that I fully believe, is that the Megan's Law line that got Nicki so mad was not directed at Nicki. It was directed at Drake. But Nicki just heard that, got really offended, and jumped onto the grenade for everyone.
Wait, can you remind us what the Megan's Law or like the verse?
This was a song called Hiss. It was a #1 hit, came out in the beginning of the year, where Megan had a line in it saying, "These hoes be mad at Megan when they should be mad at Megan's Law." And Megan's Law is like an anti-sex offender law. And Nicki Minaj is married to a sex offender. And pedophile, to be specific.
Wait, I didn't know about that.
Wait, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe cut that out. Maybe.
Oh, well,
Okay.
no, we love
Well,
spreading
you-
misinformation.
No. If you say I'm not 100% certain. We have to double check it.
I'm not 100% certain. I think it. Actually, no, I don't think it was that. I think it was something else.
Like, I thought it was just grape.
It was grape. You're right. I think it was grape.
Like, no, I thought like 100%. Like this guy committed grape.
No, 100%. I take it back. It was fully grape.
Because I know he did something crazy and.
Isn't the same case for the guy that Doja Cat is dating right now or something?
And all his all the guy's victims went on Twitter and Doja Cat like was literally like fuck you bitches, blah 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 blah, did like block to them. But also Doja Cat is mentally ill. She wore a towel to the Met Gala.
I don't know if I'd call that mentally ill behavior.
A towel.
She has other mentally ill stuff, but
also
I'm gonna Google that.
No, I'm literally as if like she just came out of the shower.
I don't know. Met Gala is meant for a lot of like avant-garde outfits.
That's not avant-garde. I'm sorry, that's not
avant-garde. Doesn't have to seem to be avant-garde
like,
to be avant-garde.
Early Lady Gaga is avant-garde. That's literally what she wore.
Look, people hated Gaga when it came out. Let me see it.
Oh, Jinx. She literally
drenched in hair gel and water.
No.
That's a good outfit.
No, that's not it.
That's not it?
Wait. Okay, that could have been... Okay, maybe it's a different... Just type up Doja Cat towel. Could have been the after party of the Met Gala. Yeah, that's literally what she wore right there.
Yeah, to the 2024 Met Gala.
Yeah. That's literally... Alright, it was at the Met Gala. That's literally what she wore.
Honestly, slay. I like it.
Look, it worked.
Look, we're talking about her.
Keep a couple clips so that you can actually put your arms down and you'll be fine.
She got 3 podcast bros to talk about her outfit on their podcast. That is something that she's well leaving her core audience for that.
To be honest, I would love to interview Doja Cat. I think she would be a legitimately funny person to interview. Mm-hmm. Like her, I think Lil Uzi Vert would be hilarious to interview.
They would be, yeah.
You know,
I saw there's another article that comes up that shows Doja Cat bears bum as she goes shopping in just thong and bed sheets hours before going to the Met Gala.
Bruh.
Damn. This isn't new. Every music video she has shows this. Like,
I don't know. Celebrity show skin is what it is.
Everybody's like, oh my God, this person did this. It's like, this happens all the time. Like, why are you guys so surprised?
What about Kanye's wife? Right? Is it his new wife or
his wife,
girlfriend?
Bianca? Yeah.
Bianca? Damn, I always felt some people were like he's forcing her to basically be nude.
Honestly,
I would believe it.
I want to give her some like agency. I'm sure she knows what she's doing. That this is people now know her name. That's something she didn't have that before.
She's literally just Kim. She's just like he has a type.
Kim
let's be honest. He has a type.
Yeah,
he likes him busty. Like,
yeah.
You know.
He got her on her. I love that all his songs now about how much he loves Jesus, how pure he is, but then he like parades his wife around naked all the time. Getting head in literally the Grand Canal of Venice. He's banned from that city. You know
I
that?
know.
That's what's crying.
He's still allowed in Paris.
I'm crying. I love that. I got that joke.
I appreciate it.
And I hope our audience did too.
Anna, you think you have people who like Kanye in your audience?
I wouldn't be surprised.
They like Kanye. They don't like Ye. I think we can make this distinction.
That's true, yeah.
Once it became Ye, it changed.
Well, also, to be honest, I feel like the hip-hop industry, because Kanye is just such a cultural phenomena, they just kind of gave him the hardest pass in the world.
Yeah.
Like, after he went on InfoWars, everybody's like, oh, he's a rap, it's done, blah,
and
blah,
he has
blah.
#1 hit now. It's crazy.
And, you know, it was just... People literally just gave him a pass because Kanye has just so many bobs. Like,
I don't know. Like, from someone who like grew up as like a massive Kanye fan, I think like the last time where I said, "Damn, Kanye really made this project he was on better," was like 2012.
Well, you didn't think what was it? The Life of Pablo?
I like Pablo. Kanye sucked on it.
Oh shit!
The features were good. The beats were good. A lot of really interesting things on it. If you give that album to literally anyone else, you would have a better album.
Oh, well, what's the album of Father Stretch My Hands?
That's Pablo.
That's Life of Pablo. Yeah.
Good album. I liked that album.
Well, also, he has a very bad habit of like...
A lot of bad
he
habits.
releases a lot of bad habits, but like he has this bad habit of like where his features outshine him in a lot of his songs. Like
For example,
on
Carnival.
What was the latest one? Like Donda?
The latest one was Carnival.
Carnival?
That song.
I remember listening to Donda a little bit. Like the album's name is called Donda, right?
Yes.
So like
That's what I meant to say. Sorry, Donda. But continue,
like
please.
do you know this? Do you remember what's the song? Praise God. Do you remember that song? That became like
yeah.
viral, like a TikTok viral song.
It was all Travis.
It was all Travis and who else? It was one other person.
I forgot their name. I think they just said ad libs, honestly.
Let me look that up just so I can get the other guy. But like his two features did all the work.
Yeah.
Like the majority of the song.
And he's not even like a great producer anymore. Like Kanye always has like 7 other producers on the songs who can't even say, the beats are so good. Because there are people who are doing Kanye shtick better. Like BBL Drizzy by Metro Boomin, to get it back to the original topic, is literally a Kanye style beat, but it's better than anything Kanye's made in years. And like his latest song, Carnival, which is the #1 hit, that was also a song where even though it's a good song, everything was good in that song except for Kanye's verse. So what's he doing here? Is he just like a DJ Khaled who raps, who has a bunch of good features on, where we just tolerate his part?
Oh, Kanye's coming for you, Mike.
When you have
Wait, you know about this? Sorry, about this beef. Somebody was like, DJ Khaled is crying in his house right now because this man will not find work at all because all he does is features. So it's like, oh, he can't work with Drake because he's worked with Kendrick. He can't work with Kendrick because he worked with 21. It's just like DJ Khaled is just gonna be unemployed. But you're sorry.
The other rapper was it was Travis Scott and Baby Keem.
Isn't that Kendrick's cousin?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that was on Praise God. But they did the majority of the work.
Yeah.
And
Kanye has like a minute on the song at most. And speaking of Kanye,
not even.
But speaking of Kanye,
not even a minute.
On that song, it was mostly just Travis Scott doing a verse, the chorus. Keem had a verse, so Kanye really just had like the pre-chorus and like half a verse. But anyway, if we could like do a side quest right now.
All right, let's
Kanye did a feature on like that. It was like a remix. And I love that literally nobody acknowledged it. Like he came for Drake, he came for J. Cole, but like nobody responded. Like I saw someone on Twitter compare it to like the little brothers on the Xbox playing with the controller that's not plugged in, thinking he's involved. I thought that was very funny.
Also, though, like Kanye, I guess. All right, let me rephrase it. Would we consider Kanye? Well, let me take 5 steps back. Would we consider Kanye an old head in terms of rap?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's now that we have John, would you consider?
I'm gonna say no.
So wait, you wouldn't put it. So would you consider like Lil Wayne, 50 Cent? Because Kanye was like from that
same era, yeah.
Same era.
When I think of old heads, I think of like pre-2000s.
So you're thinking of like
music.
Pac, Biggie, Dr.
I'm thinking
Dre.
like all through all the 90s, definitely old heads.
Yeah.
Once it became like mid 2000s, it's still pretty relevant. I
quote
wouldn't call them old heads.
To quote J. Cole, middle child?
I don't get it.
Like,
No, like they're
like
the
a
middle
middle
childs.
child of hip hop. Like not old heads, not new heads, something in between.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But so
They started like a while back, but they're still pretty relevant today. Like they're not just
like
they're still sticking with the new stuff a little bit. You know, like they're not completely different, but you know.
But I think that like for where was I getting at? Kanye. Yeah. Kanye, it's just kind of like what skin does he have in this game? Like also I feel like a lot of the older rappers, I respect them a lot, but they kind of just ran out of shit to rap about. I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's just like
you can only have money and cars and take my girls so many times.
Yeah, like I feel like that's the big problem with Drake is that he ran out of stuff to rap about.
That's very true.
Like Kendrick, say what you want about Kendrick. He's a wife beater, he's a great rapper, whatever. He came from Compton. Like he came from the hood, right? So he can rap about that. Like Drake came from the suburbs, like you said, of Toronto, where like he can't, like unless he's gonna pull oh my gosh, I'm literally blanking on his name right now.
Rick Ross?
No, not Rick Ross. What's his name? Ariana Grande's first boyfriend.
Mac Miller?
Mac Miller. I was about to say Macklemore. Unless he's gonna pull a Mac Miller and just make forever frat house music, which, let's be honest, Drake has been doing for the last couple of years, is making frat boy music, I don't know.
Here's the other big thing, because they approach albums very differently. How Drake has a new album out every 6 months. This man, I think, has like 350 songs on the charts. Not even songs, period. He had 350 songs that have touched the Hot 100. Well, meanwhile, Kendrick releases one album every like 3 to 4 years. Like they like have a different approach to music in that regard, where Drake like has to have his voice on the radio because if he goes away for a second, he's worried people might forget about him. Well, Kendrick can like not drop anything for 3 years, and then like he dropped "Damn" in 2017, which was like a big record. It had a lot of hits. Had Rihanna on it. Had "Humble" on it, his biggest hit. And then he released this like art house music, which was, you know, very like non-mainstream but very serious topics that wasn't really a chart success. People liked it a lot. Like, and then suddenly came back. Like his last real hit was in 2017, and he came back this year with like just a random song, dissing Drake over a techno or over a West Coast beat, and it became the biggest song of all time. Like I think that's impressive. Not biggest song of his catalog. I think that's very impressive.
Well, to be honest, he was on Renaissance with Beyonce. He was on America's Got a Problem, which I felt like was a pretty good song.
Oh yeah, I love it. That's one of the best albums ever made. I love that album.
No, that's a really good point though. Like Drake is quantity while Kendrick is quality.
Yeah, I would say it like that.
It's more his work is more significant in some aspects, so then people remember it more.
But also, Kendrick talks about socially sensitive topics. I don't think Drake talks about socially sensitive topics.
He has not for a very long time.
Like
most rappers or like hip hop artists don't. Like, I think too many of them get caught up in just rapping like we said, like rapping about the same thing, like the fame, talking about like their own aspects and like they're the shit, they're the best.
the girls, you know.
The girls, the parties, the guns, the drugs, and all that stuff, which most of it is fake. They don't do any of that stuff. It's like you're trying too hard to hype yourself up rather than just making something that people want to listen to.
Wait, have you ever heard of the rapper called Lil Mabu?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh, Lil Mabu
Mabu.
is so funny. So he's this like rich white kid pretending like
Nice.
No, but he's pretending like he's 100% like I don't live the life that I rap about. I just do it for fun. So he released this song called Mathematical Disrespect. And he opens up it. He was like, you know, oh my gosh, I have to wait. Let me get it for a second. And it's so funny because, what was it? Lil Mabu.
Can you spell it? What's Mabu?
Mabu. Okay.
Okay.
He's like a TikTok rapper.
Oh, wait, ready. So his lyrics start with, like most of y'all rappers is signed to the streets. Only deal that you took was a plea. Mabu get money while he be shout out my label. That's me.
Banger.
Like, to be honest, that was a fucking...
Look, he knows his lane.
Lil Mabu get money while he pee.
Like, he knows his lane. He knows his audience. I think the self-awareness is like really entertaining. I like his music.
Yeah, it's like most of you rappers be capping for free. Like, damn. That's kind of crazy.
It is.
Damn.
Like, but yeah, he's a TikTok rapper. But he's got some bars. Like, I would say. Like, I feel like rapping is very much a talent. Like, it's not easy to get on a mic and be able to rap.
It took me decades to perfect my craft.
Yeah. No, I know. There's a lot of where do you think this is serious enough to end like Pac and Biggie?
I don't know. A bodyguard already got shot. That's kind of a big deal. Like, when was the last time a hip hop artist bodyguard got shot? Think about that. Not for a very long time. That's like something very serious in my opinion. Like, that shows that there is like genuine hatred and genuine stuff going on in the streets. That doesn't make me sound like it's a commercial beef. Like, if you told me that the Meek Mill Drake beef was fully commercial, benefited them both, I'd agree because, you know, it gave
them
Meek
both
Mill
clout.
It gave Meek Mill stardom and it gave Drake street cred.
Mm-hmm.
So if that was totally fabricated because they're in the same label, I would not be remotely shocked. But like, this is seriously hurting Drake's bottom line and his reputation in a way that cannot be profitable for me even a little bit.
But Do you think Drake has? Well, he's got the money, but do you think he has the will to go to war, like full blown? Like
went
we're
to
going.
war.
No. I mean, like he's definitely in his house right now. Well, like, what do you think? If you were Drake's manager, what would you advise Drake to do?
Shut up for 6 months, drop a pop record, make millions. Pretend this never happened.
Just wave the white flag, or not even wave the white flag. Just be like, just go silent for 6 months.
Pusha T did a very brutal attack on Drake in the beef. Mm-hmm. People were talking then about him being over, and then what happened is Drake released a PR statement, which the Heart Part 6 was basically a PR statement from Drake saying that I don't belong in To Catch a Predator. And then after the Pusha T stuff, he waited a couple months. He dropped Scorpion, and then he had multiple #1 hits for a very long time that were massive bits of his career. People danced to it, didn't take it seriously. People forgot. People are goldfish. But also, I will say, being a deadbeat father and hiding a child versus doing other things to children are very different allegations that could have very different ramifications.
But do you think people remember though?
I do. This is the big because this song, it's not with on a SoundCloud song no one heard. This is the second biggest rapper in the world over a beat that's meant to be played in clubs. That's already getting played in clubs and already getting played at sports events. Where there's a line that says "certified lover boy, certified pedophile." Hey Drake, heard you like him young. Those, he wasn't hiding under the beat. It was meant to be played over and over again, very highly enunciated. Mm-hmm. This is the kind of thing that could have lasting damage. He's not going to be over, but this could put a dent in his fame.
But are people going to be playing that music because they support going after him, or are they just playing it because it just hits the top of the Billboard?
I mean, both. It's a really good song in its own merit. It's a really bouncy song in its own merits. But ultimately, the song is as big as it is because of the lyrics. People are talking about the lyrics. They're screaming these lyrics in the club.
But playing them at sporting events or things like that, what does that do for them? It just involves them as a part of it. Be we support Kendrick in a way.
That's
so
devastating.
then, but why? Well, what does that benefit for them?
Well, benefit
clout.
who?
Just clout.
Wait, what's the benefit who?
Why would it benefit any of these people to be playing these songs in the first place?
Well, because it's a very popular song. People are playing it because it's the biggest song in the country right now.
Yeah, people play it because it's popular, not because they either believe or don't believe.
I don't think
they're still saying the words.
Yeah, I don't think they necessarily believe Drake is a pedophile. It's just they want clout. That's my opinion. There's no real reason why sport athletes would be walking out to that music.
If the hot thing right now is this song, that's what they're gonna do.
But I don't know, Drake. If I was Drake's manager, I'd be like, look, there's one or two routes you go down, and if Drake is listening to this, there's one or two routes.
He totally is, by the way. He's listening to everything. I think.
Yeah.
Hi.
There's hi. No, but there's two routes you go down. It's you either take the gloves off and you go to war. But if you go to war, you got to be willing to lose everything. If you truly believe your reputation is on the line, shit is going down, you go to war. You get the PIs, you get the best ghostwriters, and you end Kendrick Lamar's career, right? And you bring everybody, because Drake brought all these guys in. He even brought Kendrick in. So Drake knows where the skeletons are, because you don't bring people in without knowing shit, right? And what we've learned from P. Diddy is shit goes down in this industry and people got receipts, right? So Drake, if he's going to go to war, he's going to go to war. But like you said, or you choose the safer route, which is you shut your ass up for 6, 7, 8 months and then just go back to playing pop hits.
But here's the problem. Drake did go to war. That Family Matters was supposed to be his war cry. That he dropped this song where he accuses Kendrick of cheating. He accuses Kendrick of have his baby mama cheating and being a cuck. He accuses Kendrick of domestic violence. He drops a lot of accusations. And he filmed a video where he bought the Good Kid, Mad City is Kendrick's most famous album. Uh-huh. And he bought the van on the cover and he destroyed it on camera. This is a famous artifact of hip-hop gone forever, and Drake filmed himself doing it. Drake did go to war. He intended this to be one of the biggest songs of all time. But The problem is Kendrick dropped a better song on the same day, and nobody's talking about Drake's song because of that. He went to war. He has no receipts. There is one option, and it is shut up and wait 6 months for a dance song.
But hear me out, though. Kendrick had that in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Here, we don't know how many songs Kendrick has. That's the thing. But let's say Kendrick has one more song in his back pocket. He's like, bang. This just becomes a war of attrition. At some point, Kendrick is going to have to shut up and write something, right? That takes time. So Drake needs to make the calculated decision of, do we think, because within 20 minutes, that means Kendrick already had the song ready to go.
He did.
Like, he had the song ready to go, ready. Do we think he has another one?
I do.
Do we want to call his bluff that he has another one? You know, that's the thing.
On the song, Kendrick said he has 5 more songs ready to go. He might not. It could be a bluff, but I believe it.
But that's the thing. You believe it. Does Drake and his PR team believe it?
We have a song by now, in my opinion.
Here's my thing. I think that...
Don't believe anything until it happens.
Yeah. That if I was Drake and if I was called, those allocated, I'm going to war. Like it's... I got the money to never work again in my life. I don't give a fuck what happens. If I'm going down, I'm bringing the entire rap industry down with me. I'm releasing receipts. I'm releasing the parties. I'm bringing everybody down with me.
I don't know. Part of me thinks that because when Drake accused Kendrick of having an illegitimate child, that his partner cheated on him with the celebrity. His receipt, he made his next single, hyping up that receipt. And that receipt was just Dave East liking an Instagram picture. That was the entire evidence he had. If he had more ready to go after that, he had to drop it. The time for him to drop that kind of song is right now. Because the whole world is singing the Drake's the Pedophile songs.
Yeah.
So he has to drop something. And him not dropping anything tells me he has nothing. He has no options.
But he doesn't have the money to go just hire a PI. That's the thing.
He did.
This man just needs to hire the freaking greatest private investigator in this world. Pay him or her the millions of dollars that they require. Be like, you're going to find me some shit. I don't care how long it takes. You're going to find me some shit that I can rap about with receipts and just drop it in the music video.
I don't know. I feel it would have happened by now.
I don't know.
Because Drake released Family Matters 2 days after Euphoria. It's been 5 days now.
I think they're holding back. I think both sides are holding back because
they're waiting for something to happen to give them the reason to keep going, maybe.
I don't know, but also I can't help but to think about P. Diddy. P. Diddy, all these allegations that were made at P. Diddy. P. Diddy fucking left the United States of America.
He's totally guilty, by the way.
Yeah, and no, 100%. But it's
he's not the first to do this.
No, but I mean, they both know.
All these people that went to these Diddy parties and did all these crazy ass shit. This has been going on for the years, even before Diddy ever made it to the top.
No, you're right. You're right.
This is nothing new.
But it's all taboo. You don't talk about it, right? You don't talk
Until
about
you did.
it. And so at some point, one of them is going to have to start talking about it, about the industry, about the very dark sides, the ugly sides, the very much illegal sides.
People already have. There's documentaries all over the place.
They have, but not Drake, right? Not Diddy is a big fish, right? And so, I'm sorry if you have freaking Ryan Garcia talking about, the freaking elites. Nobody is okay, Ryan, but
if you have an elite talking about other elites,
you have Drake saying, for example, let's say he hops on. It's I saw Kendrick sucking dick to get, bang that, right? That is the next logical step in this. Because all it is right now is he said, she said stuff. Kendrick obviously brought out you're a pedophile. So the only logical reason is just mutually assured destruction. Is Drake brings out all the shit that all the rappers have done to get famous, right? Brings it all onto spotlight and just nukes the whole world. It's we're done. If I'm going down, everybody's coming down with me. Nobody is safe.
Like, I will say that as a hip hop fan and music fan, like, I wasn't really picking sides up until the very end when the winner was obvious, but I was enjoying the drama. I was enjoying the songs being dropped. I want this beef to go on forever. If they both drop 10 more songs, I'd be very happy.
Whose side are you on?
Well, Kendrick won. It's over. But
That's not what I asked, though.
well, who's out of me? Kendrick. He's a much better artist, better rapper. Like, if you listen to Euphoria, like, it is like not just a diss track. It is a phenomenal flow. There are like quadruple metaphors, quadruple rhyme schemes. Like in terms of MC, Kendrick is like indisputably better. Like
In terms of like capability, he has it.
Yeah, I don't think
over
there's
Drake's.
any doubt. Nobody, I
No
think,
one
is
will argue
obviously
that.
going to say, like, Drake and Kendrick. Like, Kendrick is a much better, objectively a better rapper than Drake.
A better writer, better creative that way. But Drake can also drop like a banger every month.
Yeah.
he does.
Like did you remember I Don't Give a Fuck? Remember that song? With what was it? It was with Yeet, I think.
That was a good one on TikTok.
It was like it was so funny. I
Where it's
gotta
like,
be honest with you.
Kiki, do you love
No,
me?
that's-
I know that, but it's like that song.
Like the meme where it's just like or all the memes about Drake where it's like they like compare him to like something like Childish. Like it'll be like, oh, Drake is the type of guy to float in the air when he smells a pie burning. It's like
I think he likes those
that's
memes.
so funny.
I low-key think
He
he likes those memes.
No, he loves it. You know, Drake's the type of guy who, when he sleeps, he makes honk, wee 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 wee, and then he snores.
Well, like I think Drake likes that publicity though. It's just like the soft boy.
It's just funny shit.
It's very funny.
Or like the meme where he has the gun and he's like shaking. He's like, I gotta pull the trigger. No. Oh man. So I'm not saying to end this segment, but to kind of like wrap up my thoughts on this is Kendrick is the winner right now.
No question.
And
right now. Something could change.
I'd be shocked if it did.
Then again, I said that on a previous episode about like the primaries, like the race and everything, and it was like a clear. I could be wrong again. I don't know.
Look, with the electoral college, maybe Drake could pull ahead, but I don't see it.
I don't know. I'm surprised like Trump hasn't made a comment on this. Like imagine like you're at the presidential debate and they're like, which side are you on, Drake or Kendrick?
This is unrelated, not to get political, but a Biden super PAC recently put out an ad with with the Not Like Us song where they put the Drake is a pedophile lines over pictures of Trump like being kind of creepy towards his daughter and being creepy towards teen Miss America people and all that. It's beneath the super PAC in my opinion.
To be honest, though, I know this is gonna sound really crazy, but I do feel like Trump has more street cred than Biden. Like in the form of like
100%.
you know,
100%.
like being from New York City. First of all, just bang.
Right
there.
Rappers used to compare themselves to Donald Trump before all the politics came.
Yeah. So I feel
He
like
used to be like a name dropped
Yeah.
in their songs.
I know he tried to sue Mac Miller over his Trump song.
when Mac Miller made a Trump song.
Well, I think it was Mac Miller. It was like Up Like Trump or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
but it's just like I do feel like if it's becomes like a rap beef like Trump 100% has way more street cred.
We'll have to wait for the upcoming epic rap battle of history between Trump and Biden to really be sure.
Oh man, like that's crazy. And you know Obama's favorite rapper is Kendrick. So I wonder what Obama's thinking right now.
Really?
Yeah, like he had an interview.
Yeah.
It was like an interview of like, oh, like what music are you listening to? What like, who's your favorite artist? And he was like Kendrick.
You know,
Just
he
like
actually got asked like in 2012, who do you think will win in a rap battle, Kendrick or Drake? I think he made the right call. He said Kendrick.
Really?
Yeah.
He also releases like on Instagram, like, oh, the books I read this year, or the play, or like the albums I listened to this year.
There's
like, the
always a
favorite
Kendrick
stuff.
album.
There's always like a rap album on there or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
the more you know.
So, any closing thoughts?
Metro Boomin, just make us a beat.
Give us the beat. I feel we earned it.
Do you think he came out the victor?
Oh yeah, Metro Boomin, like he produced Like That, which people love that song. It's playing on the clubs. He also released BBL Drizzy. Like I think the hardest diss of the entire cycle, other than like the very personal stuff Kendrick did, was Drake's argument was like, you may have higher like Metacritic scores, but the people, the streets, they're listening to me. But then he has like people with 20 followers all over the world rapping over BBL Drizzy, dissing him. Like I said,
He's got the whole world, even like the Korean kids rapping, flaming him in Korean, over this. And
he summoned an army.
yeah, he summoned the dogs. He goes, like, have you ever seen Game of Thrones when like you have all the rappers, or not all the White Walkers that are dead, and it's like Jon Snow thinks he won, and then just the Night King just raises up his arms and they all just come back up. It's like, that was Metro Boomin.
That was Boomin.
But what are your closing thoughts?
I think that this is like a type of... It could get worse. It could get better. We don't know. Not yet, anyway. But I think that very similar like to the effects that happened during the Pusha T Drake beef. It could be a detriment. Then again, it could do nothing. Like, it'll hit him for a little while, go silent for a few months like we talked about, and then just come back on top. Like, some people that really do hit like certain levels of fame where they can do anything, and then nothing will happen.
Do you
like,
know?
Unless definitively they are proven to be wrong, or proven that they did, or they are a criminal, or that they did these things, and then it's over. Then again, like, Kanye could push it to the limits and he's still going.
Yeah.
So Drake can do the same thing and still be here.
As Mike, you'll like this. As the old saying goes, nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. Nothing will happen. Nothing ever happens. Nothing happens.
I'll put it like this. If Drake survives this, get ready for just like a lifetime of Drake, because if this doesn't hurt Drake's career, literally nothing will. Because I can't think of a worse thing to happen to an artist than have like everyone in the club dancing to a song calling him a pedophile. Because I don't think anyone has ever went there and hip hop. Like, I'm thinking back to 90s beefs. Like, this is uncharted territory. Like, people are okay with like rappers being bad people. That's very common.
Yeah, that's expected.
Well, most of the time it's fake.
People aren't okay with this.
Well, most of the time it's fake.
I know,
like,
Eminem was kind of a
no. Like
shitty
90% of people that are rappers are just hyping themselves up.
Yeah,
That is true.
Like, they talk shit all the time, like, as a way of hyping themselves up to get more cred. And then when they're put on the spot, they lose because they don't actually have that cred. Or street cred, specifically.
Was it Trippie Redd that was like, fuck no, I'm not in a gang? Or was it?
I don't know.
I think
it was one of them. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
and he was like, I'm not in a gang. That's just music. Like, I do not rap. Like, the only ones that I know, 50 Cent, Chief Keef, A Boogie, Kendrick, like, they are about that life. 100%.
And so let's do the drinks now. Gotta come back. We haven't done those yet. And then we'll finish up. So what do you guys think? Mark, your glass is only half empty. Keep going.
I suspect something strong. Like, I don't think there's a light liquor like
Is this
vodka.
really strong for you guys?
That's pretty strong, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty strong, buddy.
But
like,
I'm not saying strong here. I'm saying
you have a lighter?
Upstairs.
I'm saying
You get the
when I say strong, I don't mean strong like very strong drink. I mean strong like the liquor in there is like something that tastes very powerful. It's not like a vodka. It's not like a rum. I think it's either whiskey or gin, because those are very strong, or even Everclear if you really hate us.
No,
I wouldn't have bought Everclear.
But also, yeah, this is like, it's light, but it has like a punch at the back of the tongue.
Yes, that
like, you don't feel anything at the tip of the tongue. So the first notes are just juice, this, and then when you swallow it, pause. No, when you swallow it, you get the punch in the back of your throat. You're like, okay, yeah, I'm drinking alcohol now. So I'm saying gin and juice. I've never had gin. I don't know what gin tastes like, but Mike said it, and I trust Mike's opinion.
I don't know. I think John's otherwise. My first thought was looking at that. I was like, that is gin and like a little bit of juicy fruit.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. I could think like, are we allowed to ask questions? Is there tea in there?
You can ask questions, yeah.
Whether or not he'll answer them is a different story.
Is that juice or tea?
It is tea.
Interesting.
I ran out of juice, so I have tea.
It's very good tea. It does remind me a bit of a Twisted Tea.
Okay.
But I know the liquor in Twisted Tea is vodka.
Really?
I don't think. I think it's like based on vodka. Like most twisted tea cocktails are made with vodka. I think it's officially like malt beer, but I know like the official cocktail is made with vodka.
Interesting. I did not know that.
So is that your final answer?
Twisted tea?
I don't think it's twisted
Do
tea.
you think it's gin and tea?
It's something.
He
in tea.
said gin and juice. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with whiskey and tea.
Whiskey and tea?
Yeah.
No, this
Okay.
ain't whiskey.
It is. I know it's not whiskey, but I'm not sure what it is.
If this is whiskey, I'm walking out of this studio right now.
Fine. I'm gonna say gin and tea.
Gin and tea?
Yes. Final
Okay.
answer.
It is not gin at all.
I
There's
swear,
no
this is
gin.
whiskey.
No juice, no whiskey.
Okay, all right.
No, it's not
I-
whiskey.
I survived. I can take that. What
It
this?
is Hennessy, rum, and raspberry iced tea.
That's
That
why
was
this
strong,
is.
yeah.
That's why this is so gross. Oh,
It's
this
not
is
gross.
Hennessy.
I love Hennessy.
You said it was gross? You don't like it?
Oh, I do not like Hennessy. That's why it tasted so weird. I was like, what is
Of
that?
all the alcohols that are referenced in rap music, you wouldn't have thought Hennessy would have been
Hennessy
in
is
this
a
drink?
good pick, actually. I get that. I don't know. I just when I think hip hop, I think gin and juice. That's my goat, or lean.
But Hennessy gets
Yeah.
It does because it's good for rhyme schemes.
yeah.
Hennessy, jealousy, menacy. That's
Damn, you guys made me sad.
Benzie.
But yeah, it's Hennessy is like a cognac,
Yeah.
so it's a little stronger. But
A little.
yeah, Hennessy, rum, and raspberry iced tea.
Is this like a popular theory or like not theory? This is a popular like drink.
My idea originally, you remember when I made those amaretto drinks? I was gonna do that, but replace the amaretto with Hennessy. But then I ran out of juice, so I replaced it with tea. And I tried it before we brought it down here. I was like, it's not bad. It's not as good, but it's not bad. So you didn't like it, obviously.
I'm
Did
sorry,
You,
I did not
I
like
thought
it.
it was pretty good.
you
I
thought it was
liked
pretty
this
good? Okay.
It reminded me of like a
Bless you.
very strong twisted tea, and I love twisted tea.
Okay, so I got one approval.
I'm allergic to Hennessy. Sorry, guys.
Damn.
Look, it's not. You make very good drinks. It's just Hennessy. I
It's
just
not
don't
your
like.
If I
so you're
were
not
to-
a cognac guy.
If I were to
No.
give a note, constructive criticism, it could have used ice.
Could you? Yeah, that's true.
It would have melted though.
Well, no, it would have just kept it cold for at least a little bit longer. Oh, he's definitely allergic to Hennessy. He won't stop
Oh, man.
sneezing.
I'll let you off with a
Once
warning.
you came, once you told me, things started.
You were just
flowing.
like, oh god.
My body's like literally. I felt my body rejecting it. I was like, what? That's why I was like, all right, is this vodka? Is this Because I don't get that.
I know you're not a fan of vodka, but Hennessy was surprising to me.
No.
I mean, Hennessy is a pretty strong drink. There's a joke that if you bring a Hennessy to a function, you get thrown out because the party's gonna get too lit.
Nice.
No, that's tequila, man.
Hennessy's worse, I think.
We gotta do a taste test and check.
Now, like, I've had tequila many times. Wait, my doctor says too many times. But like this, I had half of this, and I already feel the kick. Like if I had half.
Bro, you gotta
tequila
drive me
drink-
home.
Hey, look, we'll get you home in one piece, at most 2 or 3, but not more than 3.
All right, as long as I get home, that's what's important.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, we're gonna call it for this episode.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Mike.
Thank you. Could we have some BBL Drizzy to play us out?
Let's pull it up right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hold up. Let me pull it back up. All right, everybody. All right, everybody. Remember, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Spotify, and all of our social media profiles for upcoming content. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next episode.
Peace.
And when you see Drake in concert, leave your kids at home.